She drowned, according to a Home Office pathologist. He went into great detail about why she concluded that, but she was alive when she went into the water and she died through drowning. The pathologist also said from her post-mortem examination she deduced that Nicola had no alcohol in her body when she went into the water, and there was no evidence that anybody else had been involved in her death. It was a little unusual, the beginning of this inquest, because the coroner began by issuing a warning. He said that there had been commentary on social media that there was a threat of disruption to the inquest, and he said that anybody who was thinking of disrupting the proceedings would face very swift justice, a contempt of court charge, and would be dealt with very quickly. But he said because of his concerns, extra security had been put around this building. Once the inquest was underway, we heard from after the pathologist, we heard from a second witness, a police diver. He talked over aerial photographs of the riverbank and the spot where there is a bench and a slope into the river, the spot where it's thought Nicola Bulley went into the water. The police diver said that the slope down to the bank was very steep, and then there was something like a metre drop into the water itself. And although it was quite shallow initially from the bank, there were rocks under the water. You could see the rocks quite clearly under that very shallow water. But then the police diver said that as you go out into the middle of the water, it falls, the bottom of the river is something like 4 metres deep. And he said if you slipped in at that point, there was nothing on the riverbank to stop you going in. He talked about the river flow on the day Nicola disappeared. It was a bit more than walking pace, he said, and it was flowing downstream around a bend towards a weir. Now, Nicola's body was found 23 days after she vanished, about a mile and a half downstream from that spot by the bench where it's thought she entered the water. As for the water itself on that day, said the police diver, it was very, very cold, about 4 degrees, almost freezing, he said. And if you fell in accidentally in those circumstances, the cold water shock would make you gasp. So that's about as far as we've got with the witnesses. The inquest is expected to last for 2 days. There are 17 witnesses expected to give evidence today, and tomorrow 5 more, including Nicola Bulley's partner, Paul Ansell, and her sister, Louise Cunningham. And one of those 5 witnesses tomorrow is listed as a local GP.